What prompted you to start From His Heart Ministries?
What prompted me to start From His Heart Ministries was that God had really put that in my heart to, before I ever got to this church, to have an impact through media, through radio and through television. I had a guy in my church in Houston when I was the #2 guy, and he said, you know, you need to be on the radio, you need to be on TV. And that was years before I came here, and that really just stuck in my heart, that guy saw that in me, and that was something that the Lord had put in me, so that fanned the flame. And I was excited when I came to First Baptist Texarkana because they had a TV ministry in place. And so one of the things I worked on was to try and take it from where it was to make it as good as it could possibly be. The program was really just church on TV. It wasn't really a full-fledged TV ministry. It just kind of showed announcements, it showed whatever, people walking in, people walking out. And so we worked to change that. And then as we began to grow with our local broadcast, the desire to start something that would be a national broadcast began to grow within me. And so began to pray, began to seek the Lord. Provision came without even asking for it to get us launched. And it was a big undertaking. And we're a relatively small town and a large church in a small town, but our church compared to so many of the other churches that are doing television ministry, we're not very big. And God just was faithful, and He opened doors for us. And it's amazing when you think we live in Texarkana, Texas, a town of, on the Texas side, a town of 30,000 people, and we're broadcasting around the world.
What's behind the name of From His Heart? How did you come up with that name?
Well, I'd mentioned to you about heart, you know, behind the name of From His Heart. Heart is big for me. I had prayed when I first was introduced to David as a young Christian, and this concept of a man after of God's own heart, that just captured my heart. And I would pray. I've prayed that for years. Lord, I want to be a man like that. Don't know entirely what that means, but I want to be like that. I want to have a passion for you like that. And when I started the TV ministry, From His Heart Ministries, I knew that as we went through the name, I wanted heart in there somehow, some way, because I feel like my gifting from God is to speak from the heart to hearts. And as I get messages from the Lord and spend time with the Lord and let His Word speak to my heart, then I share that to people's hearts. I'm not smart enough to share cerebrally, brain to brain. So I'm better at sharing heart to heart with people. So that's kind of how From His Heart was born. And people have asked me, you know, whose heart's that from? Is that from your heart or from God's heart? I said it's from God's heart through my heart to the hearts of the listeners.
What's your vision for the future of From His Heart Ministries?
My vision for the future is to see the ministry to continue to grow and to reach more and more people, to be a resource for folks where somebody will be turning on the TV and it can hit them right where they live, speak to their heart, right in the midst of their hurt and their pain and their turmoil, whatever's going on in their life, or if everything's going great, it can be an encouraging word from the Lord, but primarily for that person that is struggling and is hurting and needs to know, hey, God really does love me, and God really can do something in my life. And, you know, our tagline, no matter how badly you may have messed up in life, God still loves you and still has a wonderful plan for your life. I want that message to continue to grow and get out and speak to people where they live and help them to lift up their eyes to know that there's a Savior who loves them, who can change their lives, and if they'll just turn to Him and obey Him and follow Him, it's amazing what the Lord will do.
Real truth, real love, real